Hey people, how are you doing? It's CJ Atemo again, the Sage, and we are on another episode of Wisdom Moments on K24 with me, CJ Atemo. Have you had a great day already? Just started up. I know it's morning. For those of you who are within the East African and the broader African continent, for those of you who are watching us from elsewhere, it could be evening, it could be morning, well, whichever one it is, but I hope that you are having yourself a good time. Whatever time of the day or night you are in, I hope you're having yourself a good time. If you had a rough day, for those who are getting to bed right now, if you had a rough day, I hope that these few minutes will help you handle your night. You'll sleep peacefully and wake up tomorrow to a good day. If you're just starting your day today, well, I still hope that these nuggets will energize you and just impart knowledge, wisdom, and strength for you to go through today. Well, have you subscribed to my YouTube channel, CJ Atemo? If you haven't, kindly do so. I'd be so delighted to know that you have done that. Let's hit the numbers. Let's just build up the YouTube channel. Let's get to the nearest 10 of thousands. Let's get right there. I'll have to appreciate you all. You're doing such a great job on Instagram. We can do better than that. Let's just pull the numbers. Let's just top it up. So follow me on Instagram as well. Follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, CJ Atemo everywhere. Connect with me, LinkedIn, CJ Atemo as well. But for the YouTube channel, don't just subscribe. Also set notifications so that whenever the videos are uploaded, you'll get to know. Then kindly watch, post your comments, engage with us, post your comments and share. Well, and I know that you will really get enlightened with it. I'm getting so much feedback from different people, and I'm excited that this is helpful to you. So we're grateful to K24 for the opportunity and the platform to just be bringing you wisdom nuggets each and every day, Monday to Friday, 9:55 a.m. And the entire teams that just put this together. Shout out to Articulate Media as well. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook as well, and just check out what they're able to do for you in terms of production. I started talking about managing disappointments, and yesterday I said one of the reasons why we get disappointed is we place high expectations, which is really true. You know, I learned in life that people don't necessarily and automatically place you where you have placed them. They're people you think are the best of your friends. They don't think the same about you. They're people you would just sacrifice everything for. Well, according to them, you're just one other acquaintance. And so when you place expectations based on how you have placed them in life and they have not seen you the same way you see them, you will most definitely get disappointed. When you feel that they are your number one priority, when they don't think that you are their priority, when you think that you are exclusive and they don't think that that is the case, then you will most definitely get disappointed. So it's important to manage your expectations. And I said, well, the problem is not even to place high expectations. It is to place high expectations on the wrong people or on the wrong things. It is okay to have high expectations where those expectations are reciprocated as well, where there is an agreement. You enter into an agreement. For example, if you're signing up a contract in business or you're employing somebody, you will place expectations on each other. And if those expectations are high, they are fine because they were negotiated. But where there are not communicated expectations, they're working just, you think that everybody is like you, then manage your expectations because you most probably will be disappointed. And sometimes, people will even tell you things like, I didn't tell you to get me a job. I didn't ask you to send me the money. Well, I thought you were helping me just because you had a good heart. Just because they want to justify how they behave, their bad behavior. Now, you can really get hurt by people saying those kind of things to you, especially when you're very genuine and sacrificial in nature. You can get so hurt and try to change yourself and stop being the kind of person that you're supposed to be and close the door on everybody, stop engaging, begin to detach, and live a life that is totally not yours. So you've got to manage expectations. We talked about high expectations. Today, I want to talk about wrong assumptions. Wrong assumptions are a basis for great disappointment. In fact, assumptions just by themselves are a problem. They're a problem because they are indicative of a lack of communication or poor communication or a breakdown of communication. Assumptions are basically people trying to analyze with information that is not available. They draw conclusions from information or data that is not even available. So you just think, well, I know how so-and-so thinks and I know how they do things, or this is how people do things, and so I know they will act in this particular way. And you make an assumption. Ladies and gentlemen, very many people get hurt and disappointed based on assumptions. The assumption that everybody knows the importance of February 14th will really damage your heart. Not everybody knows. And even when they do know, not everybody wants to be a part of that. So you will make this assumption that, oh, you know, we are dating or we're in a relationship, so it's obvious we need to go out on the 14th. I'm waiting for him to give me the plans. And sometimes that person is not even that kind of a person. It doesn't even mean that they don't genuinely love you or appreciate you, but they may just not be that kind of a person. So you'd be making an assumption that all couples go out. See, there's this thing about peer pressure that somehow just comes in very subtly, even to people who are adults, that it just comes in very subtly because you see everybody around you. I never knew, I tell you, I'm going to confess, I never knew anything about Valentine's till I was in campus. That's when one time I saw people carrying themselves around in red stuff, and I'm wondering, what's going on? They say it's Valentine's. That's what's Valentine's in the first place? Well, you'd make assumptions because, you see, your world is not everybody else's world. Everyone has to learn. It's just the same thing. See, it's just the same thing as when you go into new spaces. You've got to learn. There are assumptions that people make. There are places I go to. I'm generally a very familiar face to a lot of people because of my engagements in very public spaces. And I'll go into a place and somebody's so excited and they will be thinking like, he will be talking to me, talking to other people about me right there. I say, don't you know him? You know him, right? And some people will be like, no, I've never known him. And I had to learn that not everybody watches TV. And even those who watch TV, not everybody watches the time that I come on. Some people will watch it late night. Some people will watch just particular shows. So the assumption that, for example, because I am on the screen, everybody knows me is a lie. It is not scientific. It has no data. So every time you are making conclusions, let those conclusions be based on something very solid. Do not just decide that this is how things are going to be because that's how either they have been for you, or that's how they are for everybody else, or that's how you think they should be, or that's what your mind tells you, or that's what everybody else is doing. If you need people to be engaged in your life, don't make the assumption. There are people who have come from very difficult backgrounds. Not everybody knows. I mean, even just in the workspace, not everybody knows that they need to respond to email. It looks like something that is so minute, but not everybody knows that they need to respond to the email and say, I acknowledge receipt of the mail. So you can actually get disappointed and even offended and assume that the person is rude, but they do not know that. Not everybody knows that they need to dress up when you've got certain things that they need to do. This is why we go for trainings. This is why we went to school. This is why we are taught. This is why we need mentors. This is why we read books. This is why we are doing Wisdom Moments, because we are eliminating every area of grayness. And we are not assuming that people know things, and we're not assuming that things are obvious. The moment you make assumptions that things are obvious, you are setting yourself up for great disappointment in life. Well, I hope that this is helpful to you, and I hope that after this you will start working on your assumptions, just looking at what are the things that you make assumptions about in life. Where is it that you don't communicate well, or you don't receive communication well because you make certain assumptions, and begin to align yourself as well as you work on your expectations as well, so that you do not get disappointed unnecessarily. This is CJ Atemo the Sage. It's been Wisdom Moments on K24, coming to you right from the 67 Hotel, Airport Hotel. Remember, this is a place where you will have excellent cuisine. You'll have a place for team building. You will have a place for your family hangouts. There's a swimming pool over here. You've got two birds. You've got the restaurant. You've got so much going on over here. You can have your accommodation if you're traveling in from outside the country, or even if you want to just have your own vacation from around the country. It's situated along Mombasa Road within the Syokimau area, 6 kilometers from the airport, 7 minutes from the airport, they say, just before you get past Syokimau to the Mlolongo area. And it's a bit off the road, so it's serene, it's quiet, but it's a lovely place. All around me over here is so much space, and it would be good for you to check them out. Check out 67 Airport Hotel and come and have fun right here.